Hey, what's up everyone? Nick here. Welcome back to my Until Dawn Everybody Dies Douchebag Edition walkthrough. We're finally here. We're at the end of the game. Episode 10, the finale. And we are going to start off in Josh's shoes. You can see he's having a bit of a breakdown here.
I wonder how much these sessions are of any help to you now. Just won't listen to me and things seems pretty fucked up.
So we started to learn a bit about these, we started to learn about these sessions earlier in the game.
That can be dreamt up by the unhinged imagination of a self-indulgent, spoiled little brat. You had so many people who cared about you, who were willing to help, but at every turn you choose to push them away, and now you're all alone. So by the sounds of things, you won't be alone for long.
So if you recall,
No, you won't be alone.
Josh was brought to the shed by Mike and Chris after they found out that he was the psycho. They tied him up and they were going to leave him there until the morning. But then Chris and the stranger, they returned to the cabin once the Wendigos were out because they said, oh shit, you know, we got to save Josh. We left him tied up there. And we saw the Wendigo, one of the Wendigos actually took Josh. And so already that's pretty interesting. You know, why would a Wendigo, one of these monsters, why would it take Josh? Like, all we've seen the Wendigos do so far is kill people without a second thought. So why would a Wendigo just take Josh into the cave system here? It's pretty curious. And so if you stick with the rest of this video, you'll find out why.
From you. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do anymore.
So obviously, if you couldn't tell by now, Josh is pretty messed up in the head. Everything that's happened to him, the death of his two sisters, him feeling guilty and responsible, it's really taken its toll on his mentality. To the point where you feel bad for him. You know, even though he's done some bad things to his friends, you feel bad for the guy. He didn't ask for any of this. But,
all alone. But you're with us now.
And again, Josh is played by the actor Rami Malek, who is a pretty big name now. You're gonna see
Why
some
did you save us, Josh?
creepy stuff
Why
here.
did you want us to die?
I didn't want you to die. I swear.
So just kind of walk around for a bit, and eventually you just gotta basically stand there for a matter of seconds, and then you'll see this disturbing imagery unfold. I don't know how else to explain what you're seeing right now, other than just disturbing. But anyway, fun fact. So again, I told you how the guy who plays Josh, his name, the actor's name is Rami Malek. And he's the star of the television show, I think it's called Mr. Robot. And I've never actually seen it, but I know it's supposed to be a very good show. Oh, that's pretty. That's a wonderful sight. But he's obviously a very talented actor. He gave a pretty good performance in this game here, and especially later on in the game when we see him having this mental breakdown, I feel like the actor did a really good job at delivering that. So there's a Wendigo. But anyway, the thing I wanted to point out is the show that he's on, Mr. Robot. It's a very successful show. I think it won a couple Emmys. I think he won an Emmy for Best Actor. And just a fun fact, today actually, the day I'm recording this commentary, they released the first trailer for a new biopic about the band Queen called Bohemian Rhapsody, and it stars Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury. And And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm actually I'm a pretty big fan of Queen, and while I'm not necessarily like a huge Rami Malek fan because I've never seen him in anything other than this, he really looks the part, and it's quite unbelievable actually how closely he resembles Freddie Mercury. So it'll be interesting. I think it'll be a pretty good film, and I'm excited for that. But anyway, guys, let's get back to the game, because we're in the last episode here, and there are only 3 characters left alive. Mike, Sam, and Josh. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I've hinted at this earlier in the game, two of these characters, no matter what you do throughout the course of this game, they will always make it up until the last part of the game, no matter what. And you could probably already guess which 2 characters those are. However, again, just for spoiler reasons, I'm not going to explicitly say that right here, but you could probably get a guess. Now, that being said, the other character, because remember, there's 3 characters left right here, no matter what you do, 2 of them will always make it till the end. But one of the characters has the potential to die right here in this level. And the way that this one character dies, it all depends on the collectibles you've picked up. So there are these certain collectibles, and if you pick them up, that's how you save this character's life. Now right here, this part is really creepy. All of the heads of everyone that has been killed so far just flood out of this open door here. Jess, Chris, yeah, there's Jess, Chris. Matt should be in there, because I'm pretty sure a Wendigo took Matt away, even though Matt didn't die. Now there's a Wendigo in the water. That's a very disturbing sight. But and there's their bodies hanging up. That is just terrible. But anyway, guys, so if you haven't picked up the collectibles, then that third character, hey, there's Ashley. If you haven't picked up those collectibles, then the third character that I haven't named yet, will automatically die. There's nothing you can do to prevent it. And so that's why people say that when you try to get the trophy for killing everyone, that's why they say don't pick up any collectibles. Instead, save. You want to save the collectibles for your Everybody Survives walkthrough, because there are some collectibles that you need in order to keep characters alive, and so that's kind of why they recommend doing that. So if you're following this walkthrough, if you have yet to pick up any collectibles, then you won't have to worry about one of these characters dying. It will happen automatically. Alright, so we're going to switch back to Josh for a second. You can kind of see how his hallucinations are tying into what we're doing now.
Mike. Josh! Hey, man. Don't hit me, please. Well, you were deep in it, man. Full mental jacket.
We didn't think we'd get you back.
Hey, let's just get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Josh, do you have the key for the cable car?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You see that over there? That means there's a direct way out. Come on.
So another interesting thing is, if you recall earlier in the game, I talked about, as Josh was doing all of this crazy stuff as the maniac, as he was like torturing his friends, I asked the question, why is he torturing Chris? Because Chris was the only person that was not in on the prank that got his sisters killed. Chris was also passed out drunk in the kitchen with Josh. Now Sam is also kind of a special a special thing to consider, because Sam, she's the sweetheart of the group. She's so nice and innocent and caring. She's just a genuinely good person. And if you remember way back in the prologue, Sam, even though she did know about the prank, she knew what they were planning, but she did try to stop him. She told him, like, you shouldn't do this, you guys are jerks. And so Sam was kind of on the side of the sisters in this case. And so at first I was wondering, like, why would Josh want to hurt her? But maybe he didn't know. Maybe because he was passed out drunk, so maybe he didn't know Sam was trying to help out the sisters all along. But one thing you learn through all the cutscenes in this game and through some of the collectibles is you learn that Sam, she was one of the main people that actually reached out to Josh after everything happened and tried to help him. Like, she would reach out to him via text and say, Josh, how you holding up, man? You doing all right? She would just continuously check in with him and try to help him out however she could. So yeah, Sam's a great character, and it's interesting to see that Josh, you know, didn't care, that he still knocked her out with that gas and wanted to put her through a night of torture. So right here, guys, this is where that death is going to occur. Just,
You're not real! No, you're not!
and there you go, guys. That is, that's a tough one to watch, and if you happen to miss it, it should make sense now. I asked the question earlier, why would a Wendigo, a seemingly vicious monster, why would it specifically drag Josh down into the mines or down into the caves? And you saw right there that that particular Wendigo was the sister. And this is something that, again, you don't really learn unless you pick up all of the collectibles. But remember, there were two sisters, Beth and Hannah. And I apologize, I always get them mixed up, but I'm pretty sure Beth is the one that had, or no, Hannah is the one that had that butterfly tattoo. And so what you end up finding out, and this is very troubling, what you find out when you go for all the collectibles is that the two sisters, they fell down the cliff, right? They fell down the cliff back in the prologue into the caves. One of the sisters died on impact. That was Beth. Beth died when she hit the ground, but Hannah survived the fall. But the problem was, she was so deep down into the caves, no one could find her, no one could hear her, and in an effort to survive, she resorted to cannibalism, and she ate her own sister. She ate Beth. And again, as we learned in a previous level, that is how you become a Wendigo. That is how the curse works. If while you're up on this mountain, if anyone resorts to cannibalism, they will turn into a Wendigo. And so it's really sad. It's really troubling. Like, two twin sisters fall down. One of them survives. In a last-ditch effort to survive, she has to, she's forced to eat her sister. And then, as if that's not bad enough, she's her spirit, if you will, is trapped now inside of the body of a Wendigo. And it's yeah, I don't really know how to put it in words. It's the stuff of nightmares. And so right there you saw that she killed Josh. And so you might wonder, like, well, why would she kill Josh? That's her brother. Her brother didn't have anything to do with her dying. And I don't really have a perfect answer for you. My only thought is, again, as I mentioned, that death is completely related to the collectibles that you pick up. So there are certain collectibles that are related to the sisters. And if you find those collectibles, Hannah, as a Wendigo, she will not kill Josh. She'll actually spare his life and turn him into a Wendigo, or he'll turn into a Wendigo at the end of the game. But if you do not find those collectibles, as we've done in this playthrough here, she'll kill him. And my only thought is, because those collectibles are like relevant to the sisters, maybe when she finds out that Josh didn't pick up the collectibles, maybe that's kind of equivalent to saying Josh forgot about them, like he doesn't care. He didn't bother to get the collectibles because he forgot about his sisters. He doesn't care about them anymore, and that's why she killed him. I don't know. It's fun to think about. Well, I don't know. Fun's the right word, but it's interesting to think about. But anyway, guys, we're getting really close here. There are only two characters left, Sam and Mike. Those are probably the two that you guessed would stay alive throughout the entire game, because those are the two characters that are played by the biggest two actors at the time of this game coming out. Obviously, Hayden Panettiere is the biggest name in this game, so it was no surprise that she was going to survive till the end no matter what you do. And then Mike, as I mentioned, there he is looking like hell. Mike, at the time that this game came out, he was the star of the show Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And so these two characters that we see right here, they were kind of the two biggest names when this game came out. So that's why it makes sense that these two characters are the ones that no matter what you do throughout the entire game, these two characters will always make it to this point right here, no matter what. I think. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm pretty sure no matter what you do, they will always make it until this point. But, as we saw, the other 6 characters have all died. So, all we have left to do is kill these 2 characters. And this is actually kind of tricky, believe it or not. If you don't do this exactly right, in the right order, Sam will actually survive, and then you'll have to quit the game and restart the checkpoint, or if you wait until too long, you might have to redo the whole chapter. So pay attention here, because I'm going to show you how to do this, and the reason it's tricky is because you're going to have to do several of those don't move encounters, and you're actually going to have to do some of them successfully. So again, just follow exactly what I do here, and as long as you do it the same way, you'll be able to ensure that both characters die right here. So Mike's going to open this door, and here come some Wendigos.
Run!
So as Sam, you're going to choose to run upstairs. I don't know what happened. I honestly don't know what happens if you try to lock the door. Maybe that's a way to kill Sam. I actually never tried it. So if you want, try to lock the door. Maybe one of the Wendigos will grab her and kill her, and then Mike is an easy kill after that. I'm not sure. But this is how I chose to do it, because I felt like this... I knew what would happen here, and I felt like this was a more enjoyable thing to watch. And so right here, you're going to have your first don't move encounter. So just stand... I think this one, we're going to... We have to... Okay, yeah, so I'm going to fail this one. It's the very first one, okay? So fail it right away. Just fail it. And you're going to see that Mike, he tries to help Sam because the Wendigo saw her. Mike gets thrown aside. And so far, so good. We failed the first one. That was all right. That was intentional. Now these 2 Wendigos are going to start fighting each other, and that's when the gas pipe comes loose. So now there's gas in the building, and that's when Mike hatches his genius idea. Okay, so now... Normally what would happen is Mike would run over to the light bulb, Sam would run over to the switch, and then they basically ignite the cabin and kill all of the Wendigos. But we don't want that to happen here, because if you do that, Sam or Mike will survive. One of the characters will survive. So now, you're going to be given another don't move encounter. You're going to fail it on purpose. And unfortunately, Sam will not make it. Now, because Mike didn't have enough time to get over to this light bulb, because we failed the first don't move encounter. So just fail both of them. Just fail both don't move encounters. Now you're going to see Mike, he sacrifices himself. There's no hope, so he figures...
Huh? Huh? How's that for you? Fuck!
And there you go, guys. That is the end of Until Dawn. Not a single character survived. And as you're going to see as the credits roll...
The main structure is completely destroyed. Over.
So there's the trophy, this is the end. That's for killing every character. And then it just so happened that that was the last trophy I needed, so there is my nice and shiny new platinum. This game is an easy platinum. It takes, I've talked about this throughout the walkthrough, but it takes about 1.5 playthroughs. And that's it, guys. That is the end of the game. I really hope you enjoyed this. It seemed like you guys did. There was a lot of fun discussion in the comments. Now, normally what would happen is during the credits here, any characters that survived, they're picked up by the police and they're interviewed and asked, like, hey, what the hell happened? And so any character that survived, it'll actually show them here in the credits, and it will show them talking and explaining what happened. But as you can see here, instead, it's just going to kind of show the deaths of all of these different characters. We saw Chris die right there. Here's Ashley's death. And so in case one time wasn't enough, you're going to get to see all of these gruesome deaths again. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. This was a pretty fun project. I was a little hesitant to bring this game to the channel because it was a very different walkthrough, and I wasn't quite sure how you guys were going to respond. I wasn't sure how I was going to respond. I didn't know if I would have fun making this walkthrough, but I actually did. And I think I had fun with it because at the end of the day, this is just a fun game. It starts off slowly with a lot of high school drama, but that's okay because it's fun to make fun of. It's fun to laugh at. But then when the game picks up, it really picks up, and it's a very enjoyable game. So like I said, if you haven't already, I recommend trying to find it at your local game store. Give it a play. It's enjoyable. If you're a trophy hunter, like I said, it's an easy platinum trophy. But otherwise, if you never have any intentions of playing this game, I hope you enjoyed my walkthrough. I hope it was entertaining. I hope it was helpful if you're playing alongside. I doubt it because this is an older game, but if you are playing alongside, I hope it was helpful. And that's pretty much all I got, guys. So, again, want to thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Another walkthrough bites the dust, and I will see you in future projects.